Thank you so much for having me. I mean, listen, I think we've been very clear since the debate on September 10th that the American people deserve to see what they saw on that debate stage once again before they cast their ballots on October 23rd in Atlanta. And listen, it would be unprecedented in modern American presidential history for the two candidates who are running to only engage in one debate. So we believe that the American people deserve to see that. Donald Trump himself has said, he said many things when it comes to debates, but he's famously said he's willing to debate anytime, anywhere, any place. He thinks he won both debates. And so he should have no problem showing up to show off his prowess once again on the debate stage. And we think that's what the American people deserve to see. There have been more updates since the last debate, right? As the American people begin to tune in and understand the stakes of this election. We see it playing out in states like Georgia, where we have the first confirmed preventable death due to Donald Trump's abortion ban. So there are still questions that the American people have for these candidates that they want to see us debate on the debate stage. And so Donald Trump is willing to show up on October 23rd. That's
Wow, folks. You know, that was pretty rich, right? Campaign manager comes out or campaign spokesperson, whatever, and basically is calling out Donald Trump, saying, we want a debate now. We want a second debate. You always said you would do it whenever, wherever, with whoever. But folks, what you heard there, the verbal diarrhea that was being sent out by the Kamala campaign, is what people in the Midwest would say, that's a fertilizer face. I mean, that was such a load of bullshit that they would need. You know how they're using buses to bus in people to the Kamala rallies? Well, they would need a bunch of plows to plow the amount of BS that was being said by that person representing the Kamala Harris campaign, the communications director. Now, I feel, folks, that there have been a number of huge missteps that the Kamala campaign has made. We've all talked about those in videos, but there are two right now that I think are going to be absolute, just a couple more nails in the political coffin, so to speak. This one right here is where Kamala is asking for the second debate. Huge mistake. It's going to be perceived as coming from a position of weakness, folks. Position of weakness. And then on top of that, that's going to be perceived by a lot of people, especially men. Come on, be honest. That she's weak. She's a weak woman candidate. She's a weak candidate. She happens to be a woman. So, I don't know, maybe she's not. You never know. I don't know what her pronouns are. She never told us. But as far as I'm concerned, not only is she a weak candidate, she happens to be a very weak woman's candidate. Hillary Clinton, one thing you couldn't say, you might not have liked her, but she certainly was not weak by any stretch of the imagination. So Donald Trump continues to play three-dimensional or four-dimensional chess, while the Kamala campaign is still out there, trying to figure out checkers. He would never deal from a position of weakness. That's one of the reasons why his foreign policy was unbelievable. Now, I know all the other libtards out there are going to have a conniption and say, what the hell are you talking about, Dr. Sheikh? But it's true. Many of the world leaders, maybe they laughed at him, maybe they scoffed at him, but they all wanted to be like him. You don't think any of them would want to be the president of the United States? Of course they would. But they also realized that he meant what he said. And you know what? Maybe he just was a little bit, just a tiny bit that crazy that they didn't know what he was going to do if he decided to do something that he didn't like or that was not in the interest of the United States of America. He never would be. And so let's hear President Trump's response to this weak, pathetic cry for help. I want another debate. Let's hear. You want to hear a man's man, not a Tim AWOL, AWOL's man, not a metrosexual, I'm talking about a man's man, Donald Trump. Let's hear what he has to say in response to this offer of another debate from the Kamala campaign. Folks, check this out.
Group have seen what's happening to their campaign, and it's not going well for them. And they would like, just announced a little while ago as I was coming off the plane, they would like to do another debate. Although, good entertainment value. A lot of people say, oh, do it, it's great entertainment. I've already done two. One with Crooked Joe Biden at CNN, and the other one with Kamala on ABC. CNN was very fair, I thought. Joe was driven out of the race. It was a coup, by the way, but he was driven out of the race. And they've been widely criticized by the radical left lunatics for all of the fairness. They were very fair. In other words, they won't be fair again because they took a lot of abuse from the radical left. ABC was 3-on-1, but I was given credit for having done a very, very good job. I appreciate that. We did a great job. It was 3-on-1. The problem with another debate is that it's just too late. Voting has already started. She's had her chance to do it with Fox. You know, Fox invited us on, and I waited, and they turned it down. But now she wants to do a debate right before the election with CNN because she's losing badly. You know, it's like a fighter. She sees the pulse. She sees what's happening. She's losing badly, but it's like a fighter who goes into the ring and gets knocked out. The first thing he says is, I want to rematch.
Now that, folks, that is a response. You talk about giving it back with gusto, with vigor, with testosterone. That is a man's man giving a response to the female woman's candidate who has a male campaign manager who's crying on the cable networks, begging, please, please, Donald, please, please, baby, please, oh, please, 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 have another debate with our female woman candidate. We need another debate. So, as I said before, folks, mistake numero uno. There's been a lot of mistakes, but as long as for this video, that was mistake numero uno, huge. Fighting from a position of absolute weakness. You know, I believe this is many times where Kamala has been on her knees, right? Politically speaking, so to speak. Get it? Anyways, that's why they call her Horizontal Harris. Now, the second mistake that she's making, and she is going to be pummeled for this, folks, is that now, that's as of now, she is refusing to attend the Alfred Smith charity dinner, which has always been done fundraising for, Catholic charities. And all presidential candidates, incumbents, and the challengers have always attended. Always. No one's ever not been there, I believe, since 1945, I believe. So if she doesn't appear, that's going to be huge, folks. Another sign of huge weakness. She's going to be bubbled. Oh, she can take a few jokes because they get the challenger for the presidency and the incumbent get to roast each other, folks. They dig at each other, and some of them can be pretty. I mean, they can be pretty sharp, folks. Those pencils get sharpened. They do. And if anybody wants to know what it was like, watch this little snippet of what President Trump did to Hillary Clinton in the one in 2000, leading up to the election in 2016. Folks, watch this.
With all of the heated back and forth between my opponent and me at the debate last night, we have proven that we can actually be civil to each other. In fact, just before taking the dais, Hillary accidentally bumped into me, and she very civilly said, "Pardon me."
Now, folks, you got to admit, that was funny. I mean, that was, Trump, he's got so many gears, folks. He could be like in first gear and grinding it, and he can be down in fifth gear and absolutely cruising, and any of the gears in between. He can talk to thousands of people, and he can talk to somebody one-on-one and make them feel special. He can be serious. At times he can be a little bit, out there. Okay, that's fine. Everybody's got that. But he can also be very, very, very funny. He's got impeccable timing. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Let's just go back. Watch that thing again, folks, in real time. And watch Hillary's reaction. I mean, that's priceless. I mean, you got to laugh at yourself. You have to be able to do that. And this, folks, was the day after that debate where I think he called her a nasty woman. So let's watch this thing all over again.
The heated back and forth between my opponent and me at the debate last night, we have proven that we can actually be civil to each other. In fact, just before taking the dais, Hillary accidentally bumped into me, and she very civilly said, "Pardon me."
The whole place erupts in laughter, folks. That was a great line. She knows it. She knows
I very politely replied, "Let me talk to you about that after I get into office."
So you see there, folks, got in that zinger, came back in for a second time. She's laughing. That's all over the place. It's playing on social media. People know that she got roasted, and she got in some digs, against him as well. So, you know what? They were both going after each other, but there were a couple. Just go back and take a look at those videos, folks. It's unbelievable if you haven't seen it. And if you have seen it, it's worth watching again. So there you have it. Two huge mistakes that I think the Kamala campaign is making out of desperation because, as I've said, check out our other videos. I think right now Trump is up at least 5 to 6 nationally. He's up 3 to 5 in the swing states. He's going to win 344 electoral votes, as far as I've calculated and predicted as of now. I think he's going to flip New Mexico. He's going to flip Minnesota. He's going to flip New Hampshire and Virginia. They're tied in Virginia, folks. So those are the 4 different. I don't think North Carolina is in play. I think that's firmly in Donald Trump's, column. To check out our other video links in terms of that. But basically, huge mistakes that she's making. And, they could change her mind, and she could, Harris could attend, this charity dinner. But I don't know what the heck they came out so early to say that they're not attending. I think that's huge, devastating, because they know they're down in the polls. If they were winning, if they were up that much, what would they have to lose? They've got writers and people, communication directors that could come up with a bunch of stuff. Use some of the old stuff that they used before. Anyways, appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasser Shake Show. I'm your host, Dr. Nasser. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow. You all know what to do. Take a look at our video links above and below. My final thought is always, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.